DeLon's level of injury end up being, and kind of like that?
It just didn't work out with DeLon. So Cam's here. We've seen a lot of Cam the last 2 years. He was with Milwaukee and New York, and so he's a good player. It's a guy we always had to account for in scouts and whatnot, and it's a great opportunity for him.
Just to keep going on that, what do you like about his game? What stood out to you over the years of playing against him?
His speed, his long-range shooting ability is high level. He's experienced. He knows the game. He has good feel, and he can play. He's a playmaker.
How's TJ's hamstring?
He's gonna be out for a while. I think it's safe to say that he'll be out at least a month. So it's October 9th. So maybe on November 9th we can talk about it again. Not as bad as it could have been, but it's going to take some time.
I guess, how do you see the rest of that position shaking out? If you're going to have to take TJ out of that rotation early on, obviously you move Payne in there. Who do you see as other options beyond him? And obviously you're still missing Cam Jones for a while. Who do you see as options beyond those two? What's like one thing?
Well, Quentin Jackson, Ray J. Dennis. So, we've got 4 guys right now still that play the position, and so look, that's where we are right now. And knock on wood, we always want to stay as healthy as we can, but when difficult things happen, we got to focus on what we have and not what we don't have. So these are the guys we have, and so that's how we're moving forward right now.
Are you able to specifically share what TJ's injury is? I think hamstring was the in-game designation. Is it a strain, anything to that effect?
Yeah, it's a hamstring injury.
What did you like and not like now that you've had a day to digest and watch film from that first preseason game?
There were some good things. We did some good things defensively the first 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter was kind of insane. But look, there's a lot of things we need to work on right now, and I think if you ask any team in the league, they'll tell you the same thing. I think we play 2 weeks from today, and that 2 weeks is going to go by very, very quickly. So we got a lot of work to do.
Aaron and Pascal obviously hit a couple of threes. They took a couple off the bounce. That's not something they did a whole lot of last year. Is that something you're looking for them to do more? As you're kind of looking for them to have more shot volume, more three-point opportunities, and get more of this off the dribble?
In general, things this year are gonna look a little different. It's not something that we specifically talked about. Those guys taking more off the bounce, but those are shots those guys work on, and we've got to generate the best shots that we can, and we always want to generate good looks at threes. So I like the shots that they took, and so we're going to be an aggressive team. We're gonna play on our front foot, and we're gonna have to have a fearless attitude.
Do you want more volume from Nesmith in particular? Obviously, he shot the three at such a high level last year. It's been such a good start. Percentage and taking more shots. But do you want him to chase a little bit more volume?
Well, I don't love the word chase.
Okay, fair.
Chase makes it sound like you're just getting shots up just to get them up.
Right.
Look, we want as many great shots as we can get. And, with the situation where it is right now, with some of our playmakers being out for extended time, Aaron's a guy that is going to be a guy we need to step into open shots and bang them in. But that's what he does.
So when did this all come together for you? When did you find out?
Yesterday. Honestly, yesterday. Went to the gym, worked out, got a phone call from my agent, literally got on the flight within like 6 hours. And I was here last night.
Where were you working out?
In New York. I still have my place out there, just working out there, waiting for a call.
You spent all offseason preparing for something
Absolutely.
that you wanted to come?
Yes, sir. Just been waiting, make sure I stay ready.
You've obviously gone against this team many times in recent seasons. How do you see yourself fitting into what they do in the role you might have?
Well, I know they play really fast. I know I can adapt to that. I like to play with a lot of pace. Obviously, their defense intensity is on 100. I make sure I bring that. But honestly, man, they have a great group of guys. Obviously, we played the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. I know them a lot. They play so much random basketball. It's hard to really scheme for them. So it's good to be on this side of things and learn what they do and try my best to fit in.
You get a chance to think about even, it's just been one day, but go from looking for an opportunity to, I might be like immediately playing a somewhat major role. Have you had time to think about that?
Honestly, when I got the call, man, my mind was racing. Honestly, I'm still going through it. I was just trying to make sure I came and played practice well. I'm just trying to bounce back from there, just go from there one day at a time.
What's it been like, just like logistically? Who did you all have to tell that hey man, I'm leaving tomorrow?
Man, the crazy part, I was about to move out of my house in New York and head down to Phoenix, where my actual home is, and everything just kind of just went out the window. So like my brother, my mom, my dad, we were all on the phone call yesterday. Like I said, I really haven't had time to really process it. I'm still just figuring it out, honestly. I don't know. I'm just still working through it. I'm happy to be here, happy to have this opportunity, and just trying to fit in and do my best to get on the roster.
What was just your summer like, kind of waiting for a call like this?
Just working out. A lot of working out. Obviously, we went kind of far in the playoffs, so I got my well-needed summer. But obviously, I've just been working out, waiting for the call. That's all.
What can you look back on as far as what times you've been traded or moved around or anything like that? Is there anything like this where you've had to pick something up?
Absolutely. I'll probably say before I went to Milwaukee the year before last, when Dame got traded, that's when I got picked up. So that happened like right before the season.
Sure.
And that's when I got picked up on Milwaukee. So it was kind of similar, had to pick up on things right away. Also, the year before last, I was with Milwaukee. I got traded at the trade deadline. Literally the next day, I was starting for Philly. So I had to pick up things fast. So I'm kind of used to just dropping everything and going somewhere else and trying to pick up things and learn them. So I'm all right.
What's it take to do that? I guess what's it take to be able to figure out that?
Honestly, man, loving basketball, like really loving the game, wanting to be in the gym. I'm a point guard, so a lot of learning come with me. I like to be in the gym, so a lot of that stuff is kind of easy for me.
Been your relationships with anybody on this team or something?
Honestly, not really. Outside of playing against each other, competition, but not really friends for real. But can't wait to really get to know these guys. It should be a fun year.
Pascal, what do you feel good about what you guys did in Minnesota, and where do you feel like you guys still need to maybe make some strides?
Obviously first game, so could you get better? Rebounding, just running, getting to where we want to get to. And again, it's our first game, so it's always good to get out there, but we got to continue to work on our conditioning. We got to keep running.
Are you guys changing your emphasis on rebounding in any way this year, or was that just something that happens to be successful for you guys?
Yeah, no, I think we got to try, get as many points as we can, trying to find extra possessions. I mean, I feel like everyone's trying to do that.
Any impressions of campaign just from one day with you guys?
Well, I knew him in Toronto because he played a little in Toronto. I think it's gonna be good. Just getting in there, playing fast. Another ball handler. We showed him some of those. So
You obviously, I think you and Aaron both took some threes off the bounce in this game. Is that something that you're gonna look to do more? If you gotta kind of replace it?
We just gotta. I think for me, I continue evolving as a player, get my game, get better. Let it fly. Play free, and want to play fast. So I think, I know that I probably have to get more threes, but I'm not super focused on it. It's just about what the defense gives me.
We talked before the season about having more of a ball handling role, and obviously that's something you've done a lot in the past. How comfortable were you getting back to it, basically?
Yeah, no, it's good. I think as long I can be there, another support for Drew and the guards, someone that can get into whatever we want to get to, or can break down the defense, and so I think just being another helper out there, that's the main focus, and just making plays. I think naturally you're going to get gravity because of what I can bring. So I think making the right plays.
What's different about? Go ahead.
What's the excitement like coming back home, playing first preseason game in front of the home fans?
Yeah, it was super excited about it. I think the fan jam was a good example of just it was great just for a fan jam, to see the guys, the fans show up, and excited to be back at home. Obviously, it's a preseason game, but it's always good to be out there playing in front of fans.
It's a little different about playing with Drew leading the units, and how have you kind of already learned about what you might need to do to help?
I think he's, like I said, he's naturally a point guard, so I think just getting comfortable with it a little bit more now, like knowing that you're going to be the main ball handler, and I think me and him can. We talk a lot about what we can do, what we see out there on the floor, and how we can complement each other. And I think we're going to progress as we go in the season, get more minutes. But I know what Drew can do. He knows what I can do. Just a matter of just going out there and meshing well on the floor.
What's you guys obviously bring Cam in today? Just what was that like? Basically, you've seen him in the past playing against him. He's
a veteran presence. He's been around the game for a long time. He was able to pick up everything we did pretty easily, seamlessly. Didn't seem like a step behind me at all.
You took a couple threes off the bounce on Tuesday, something I noticed. That's not something you've done a ton of, I guess, in the first couple days. I guess it's like 5 or 10% of your shots. I mean, is that something you've looked at and something you need to do to kind of up your kind of shot volume?
I think every year I've just taken more and more. I don't think it's any different. Just every year, just getting a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable, working on that part of my game, expanding my game. Opportunities will go up for me to take those kind of shots, and I'll be ready to make them.
What have you done to work on those, basically? What kind of stuff have you tried to do to get better?
Reps, just having the utmost confidence in my ability to make those shots and take those shots.
Is it important to you to increase volume this year? Do you look at it, especially with Tyrese out?
I don't look at it that way. I just look at it like doing more by committee. He shoots the ball like 20 times a game, so there's 20 shots in the game to go around for everybody. Some dudes are gonna get more, some nights than others. So it's really, how the game goes, where the ball finds you, just playing the right way. But yeah, there'll be opportunities for me to shoot.
I know we talked about it some in media day, but how else do you view your offensive role as having to change or having to increase?
Sorry, one time?
How do you view your offensive role, your scoring role as having to increase?
Just doing a little bit more, like you said, shooting more threes, getting them up more from dribble, coming off pin downs, letting them fly a little bit quicker, a little bit of a quicker trigger, being able to get into the paint, shoot more middies, floaters, and just make proper moves.
Are you more want to take stuff when you're being at least remotely guarded?
Yeah.
So do you look at it that way? You're going to have to shoot a couple over guys.
Yeah, we have to shoot a little bit more contested shots, but nothing I'm not comfortable with.
I think on media day you called it playing with Andrew's pace this year is like not different, but like what it's going to be like. Now that you've had a camp and an actual game against opponents, does that feel any different? What does that actually feel like in terms of what you have to do?
I thought it was very promising the way that we played against Minnesota. That first group, we still pushed the pace, we still ran with effort, energy, ran to the corners, still pushed the ball. Drew pushed the ball up the floor at an incredible pace. We were able to play to his pace, which wasn't too far off from Tyrese's, and that's just a nod to him and a nod to the way that we play and the style that we play, not changing.
He's obviously played point guard before, so it's not new to him, but this style is very unique and demanding. How have you seen him even just slide into that?
Well, he's been doing it for 4 years, so it's not like something new for him. It's just he's just gonna have the ball in his hands a lot more than in the past, but it's nothing new that he hasn't done for the last 4 years.
Anything you didn't feel good about from Tuesday?
No.
How does Pascal picking up more of a secondary ball handler really change the gravity, change the spacing?
They're going to collapse on Pascal because he's a good driver. Let's do it to the midi, get to his spot. So there's just more opportunities for other guys when they collapse the defense, being able to catch and shoot and make the proper one-more reads off of that.
You obviously saw him do that a lot when you were playing against him, basically, when you had to deal with him. What makes him good in that role, basically? What makes him sharp?
He's good at getting to his spots and rising up and knocking down jumpers. You saw it in Minnesota. Just game 1 preseason, and I don't think he missed.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are coming back home in front of the home fans in a game for the first time this season. What's the excitement level like for that?
I always love playing in Cambridge, so I'm excited to see. Hopefully the fans pack it out, even though it's preseason. I'm excited to see the energy again to feel the love. It's been 2-3 months too long.